Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. This is the Bearable Bull here. And I got this aggressively average content for you today. As ladies and gentlemen, there have been some powerful and interesting developments occurring recently. We have from finance feeds that the Ripple SEC deposition of William Hinman has been postponed until July 27th. This right here is the most important thing that's ever going to happen besides a settlement with this Ripple XRP SEC case. The reason is because William Hinman made this exact comment back when he was giving Ethereum clarity. Please take a brief listen.
Moreover, putting aside the fundraising that accompanied the creation of Ether, based on my understanding of the present state of Ether, the Ethereum network, its decentralized structure, we believe current offers and sales of Ether are not securities transactions.
Ladies and gentlemen, William Hinman made a very interesting point and used interesting language. He stated, aside from the initial fundraising Ethereum had for its network, current transactions and sales of Ethereum are not securities. It is because the network is thoroughly decentralized enough to where it does not meet the Howey test. Let me make myself clear, guys. XRP currently in its current state and form is not a security. But William Hinman gave Ethereum's initial fundraising a pass. Is XRP's initial fundraising, is Ripple's initial fundraising of XRP, is that not given a pass, but Ethereum's is? It's very interesting. It's very interesting that they had a very similar beginning, but one is given a pass and the other isn't. Maybe that has to do with that $1.6 million pension he's receiving from the Ethereum Alliance partner, Simpson Thatcher. That'll be very interesting to see how he explains that one off in court. It's going to be very interesting to see how the SEC tries and dodge this bullet. But let me make this clear. The date, July 27th, 2021, for this deposition is so powerful because it is the day right before Elizabeth Warren gave the SEC a July 28th deadline to figure out crypto regulation. Is it possible that right before this date, they're going to figure out what they're going to do with XRP and if we're going to get a settlement? Maybe. This is the most powerful sequence of events I've ever seen happening one after another involving XRP. The BIS has been talking about being pro CBDC adoption. They talk about interoperability. The IMF is ramping up their Bretton Woods realignment. The second Bretton Woods is upon us. They're making central bank digital currencies. The digital yen is rolling out a narrative. The digital won is already out being trialed. The digital euro is getting mass endorsements from Christine Lagarde at the moment. Bitcoin has been announced. And then Jerome Powell has been on a rampage talking about US stablecoins and US central bank digital currencies. And I think it's all because of this. We're getting clarity. XRP will be getting clarity soon. I don't know if it's going to be immediately after that date or when. I don't know the when, but I know it's coming. Now please take a listen to Jerome Powell very quickly, because what he's been saying has been oh so important as to the future of US money.
There are certainly advantages to a central bank digital currency or a faster payment system. But there are certainly risks. That's the case, right? This is not a riskless proposition. It's a pretty bold proposition for the Federal Reserve, is it not?
Yes, and we'll lay out the possible potential benefits. We'll put those out on paper, and also, the potential risks that are undertaken. And I think those have been written up in many forums around the world, and I think both are real. And it really depends. A lot depends on the U.S. institutional context and on why we would need a central bank digital currency and how you weigh those costs and benefits. So that's really the nature of the exercise.
And so stable coins certainly have some advantages in terms of a faster payment system and have some of the attributes of a CBDC. But there are some risks with stable coins right now. Are there not? Are there concerns you have about stable coins?
Yeah, I think the issue, stable coins are a lot like money market funds or bank deposits or a narrow bank, depending on the terms of them, that kind of thing, but without the regulation. And I think we have a tradition in this country where the public's money is held in what is supposed to be a very safe asset. We have a pretty strong regulatory framework around bank deposits, for example, or money market funds. That doesn't exist really for stablecoins. And if they're going to be a significant part of the payments universe, which we don't think crypto assets will be, but stablecoins might be, then we need an appropriate regulatory framework, which frankly we don't have.
Ladies and gentlemen, stablecoins are a topic that will be controversial, but very important over the coming days, weeks, and months. We have Circle going public in a SPAC deal that would value the crypto firm at $4.5 billion. I also need you to understand that the USDC coin, in my opinion, is the largest credible stablecoin on the planet, and I personally love USDC to use as my stablecoin of choice because Tether, in my personal opinion, is a coin that is a financial stability risk. They have been stating it in articles such as Bloomberg and CNBC for a while now, and Tether has always been a scam. It's been fraudulent. The New York Attorney General has found it as fraudulent. They paid a fine. But let's see what the Department of Justice, FinCEN, and the SEC have to say about Tether as well. I'm not trying to call for FUD on Tether. I'm calling it for what it is. It is nonsense. It is clearly not good. What that means is that there could be some short-term volatility if something comes as a consequence of Tether's corrupt actions. Other stablecoins will rise, but there will be stablecoin clarity given to the world very soon. I have this brief clip from Quincy Jones explaining why Tether is not credible. Quincy Jones has been taking the XRP community by storm and even got the attention of Ivan on Tech, so please take a listen to this credible developer.
It comes to fake demand and fake liquidity, but that really comes as a branch of the printing money. So what you're saying, they're printing money. How are they printing money? Well, I've got this little diagram over here sort of explaining kind of a 1, 2, 3 way of how you can print money and make billions of dollars doing it, and then essentially back the assets with the fake assets with real assets by being able to buy real assets with those fake assets. But let's get into it. So you have the coin that is produced. We have a Tether coin. You mint this coin out of nothing. Now, all you really have to do is say that it's backed, but let's say we wanted to be a little shisty and it's not backed. Shh, don't tell anybody this. So we print our original Tether coin. Let's say we printed 100 million of these, right? We brought them into the ecosystem. And you got to remember, there are billions of coins in these ecosystems, so it's very, very, very easy to capitalize off of the movement and wealth and value in these networks. So we print 100 million Tether coins. We buy $100 million worth of crypto. Cool. Now we have two options here. Now we can either sell it or we can hold it. Now, if we sell it, we can actually go directly back into the assets so we can back the original asset that was never backed. So we could sell it for $100 million and have that $100 million of currency backed by the original Tether that was issued. That's cool. But what if we want to make some money, right? So what if I took that, instead of selling it, I just held on to it for a little bit, right? The crypto markets are very lucrative. You can have a 10% swing in an hour. So you hold it, you see a 20% gain. Cool. Then you sell. You basically capitalize on the difference of the profit you just made, back the original tokens that you had with the original capital that you've been able to make, pocket the profit, and you just made $20 million off of money that never existed.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, you understand now why I believe Tether is a scam and why I've always said Tether is shady. I believe in USDC and other US stablecoins, but as far as Tether is concerned, we still have to keep an eye out on what happens to that. It could cause a quick liquidity shock in crypto markets. It could cause instability. It's been named a financial stability risk, but it's a nice segue into this that Brian Brooks did. He gave stablecoin clarity. He allowed stablecoins for payments while he was at the OCC. And Brian Brooks stated, a digital US central bank digital currency is more a discussion than a reality. Now, a lot of people get confused when they hear this. They think, oh, the US is never gonna make a CBDC. The thing is, we have US digital dollar stablecoins from numerous different directions, including Circle's USDC. What he's trying to argue is that the private sector is already ahead of the game with innovation. The government does not innovate, they regulate. The private sector innovates, and he's saying we could have these stablecoins be used as part of the financial system. Jerome Powell is skeptical on a central bank digital currency. He never used to be a big fan of public-private partnerships, but I don't think he'll have a choice. US stablecoins already exist and are already compliant, and I think we'll adopt them very soon, and this will be a powerful transition into a new digital age. They could be used for stimulus down the road or universal basic income. It seems like a likely scenario that I have been speculating could happen. But in the meantime, we have to wait and see. Here are some more clips of Jerome Powell giving some powerful updates as far as the US status of a digital currency is concerned. This is all important because it's the future of where our investment in XRP is going to go. The sooner we get digital currencies from these central banks or the private sector, the sooner XRP's on-demand liquidity and interoperability will have to be used. Please take a listen.
I think that's important. Let me close with a question on a central bank digital currency. During your testimony yesterday, I sensed what I wasn't sure but thought might be a change in your tone about the virtues of a central bank digital currency being issued by the Fed. One of the things you said yesterday is that one of the stronger arguments in favor of a CBDC is that, quote, you wouldn't need stable coins, you wouldn't need cryptocurrencies if you had a digital U.S. currency. Of course, isn't the reverse also true? If you have stable coins, cryptocurrencies in use, then maybe there's no need for a central bank digital currency. I guess my 2 points. One is it's my view that the development of a central bank digital currency by the Fed would require congressional authorization. I'm wondering if you share that view. And secondly, it is still not clear to me what problem a central bank digital currency would solve. And I wonder if you think there are problems that only a central bank digital currency can solve.
So first, I'm legitimately undecided on whether the benefits outweigh the costs or vice versa or on a CBDC. Yesterday, I was answering a direct question about a particular argument. I said, in favor, that would be one of the stronger arguments. Okay. I would agree that the more direct route would be to appropriately regulate stablecoins, which we don't do right now, and that's going to be a very important thing that we do. So in terms of congressional authorization, there are different views on that. I've said publicly, and I think this is right, that we would want very broad support in society and in Congress, and ideally that would take the form of authorizing legislation as opposed to a very careful reading of ambiguous law to support this. It's a very, very important initiative, and I do think we should ideally get
Ladies and gentlemen, they're looking to appropriately regulate stablecoins, and Circle going public is no coincidence. USDC is a powerful stablecoin that I trust. And in my personal opinion, one of the biggest things they talk about with stablecoins is the risks they pose to the financial system. What they've been saying in the news on CNBC and Bloomberg is that Tether is a risk to the financial system, not only to the traditional system, but also to crypto. They're going to regulate Tether. Tether needs to be fully backed and needs to stop being fraudulent. We saw Quincy Jones let all of you know how Tether works and why it's a scam. We had the New York Attorney General. Ladies and gentlemen, they paid a fine and factually found fraud. I'm curious to see what the Department of Justice, FinCEN, and the SEC have to say about that, as I don't think Tether is in the clear yet. You'll hear a lot of Bitcoin maxis say the Tether FUD is over, and in my personal opinion, we still need to be cautious. The Fed Chair Jerome Powell also stated, we need to get congressional authorization. Ladies and gentlemen, he stated congressional authorization because Congress has the power to coin money. This is something, one of the initial powers given to Congress. And right now, we're seeing a complete shift in currency and the way money works. He stated it also needs the people's support, and they will have the people's support. One more time, they will have the people's support. They're going to package it in a way where these digital currencies will improve the payment system. They'll make everything faster, and people will get their stimulus and or universal basic income faster this way. You don't believe it? This is the future they want. This is the predictive programming endgame. Everything they've been building through this health crisis, turned financial crisis, turned economic collapse into the Great Reset, was for this. Digital currencies is on the horizon. The digital yen is on standby. Digital won is already being trialed. The digital euro just got a massive endorsement and rollout plan from Christine Lagarde. Bitcoin has been announced. And the US stablecoin / digital dollar, whatever you want to call it, is on standby as well, being discussed. Let's see what they do. But we're closer than we've ever been before to all of this happening. And we're getting a mass marketing campaign by one of the most famous directors on the planet, Spike Lee. He made a powerful commercial about digital currencies and the future of money. And that to me is a signal that crypto, digital currencies, CBDCs, stablecoins are here to stay and are closer than we can even imagine. They are priming the minds of the people, priming the minds of the masses for what's about to come. We're going to take a look at that video to cap off this video for today. This is the future they want, and this is exactly what they're going to get. Interoperability is key, and that's why they'll use XRP. This is the Bearable Bull here, ladies and gentlemen. Thanks for tuning in. As always, I appreciate every single one of you. And I'll be back tomorrow with another video.
Our currency is not current. Old money, as rich as it looks, is flat out broke. Don't believe me? I got the receipts. We call it green, but it's only white. Where's the women, the black folks, and the people of color? Native Americans got a nickel. A nickel! People don't even stop and pick up a nickel off the sidewalk. 7 million Americans have no bank account. 20 million are underbanked. Old money's not gonna pick us up. It pushes us down, exploits, systematically oppresses us. But new money is positive, inclusive, you don't have to wear no fancy lace, fluid, strong, culturally rich, where status is anything but status quo. Do your own research. The digital rebellion is here. Old money is out. New money is in.